Hey guys, Tara here. Welcome back to an episode of Race Mania here on BeamNG.drive using the Road Atlanta circuit going in the wrong direction. Starting up front today is a car I don't know how it keeps surviving. The Dove, this time in a really bright red, so you're not going to miss it this time. In second place, the car with the indestructible rear window, the VW Scirocco Sleeper. And in third, a car which surprised me last time, purely the fact that its fuel tank survived, the Moonhawk track car. And then way back, you can't even see the Moonhawk up in front, is the only new car for this round. It's a Sunburst. It's the hatchback DCT, but I've removed the front bumper and give it this like bash bar kind of one, because with all the Sunbursts, they love to eat their front bumpers. I want to give it some chance against pushing power, because this little hatchback is not going to be able to push a muscle car out of the way, so I'm giving it every chance that it has. And the reason it's so far back is because the Moonhawk goes nowhere off the start, and this thing is pretty fast on the acceleration side. And at the back is the car that needs to win, the Roma, this time with bumpers removed. Because I need to do something, because this car is just a tank, so now maybe with the wheels more exposed, I'm hoping something might actually happen to it. But I still think, though, it's going to be the car that actually goes on to take victory. Now looking up front with the Dove, which as ever gets a good start. The Scirocco gets a load of wheel spin, doesn't really go anywhere. The track car is okay-ish now it's going, because actually it's going to run pretty hard into the Scirocco. And actually that's unsettled the Scirocco, who gets away with it okay. Now then here comes the Sunburst, where it's coming a lot slower. I may have put it a little bit too far back, but well, this adds to the challenge of the car trying to win. And somehow that crash shattered the front window when it hit the back, so that must have been some force going through the little Scirocco. Or it's getting sent out of line now. It's going to spin itself out because it's front wheel drive, so it's going to be really light in the rear. It's spinning itself now onto the grass. It's going to hit into the wall, is it? No, it just avoids it, and now it's going to spin out in front of the track. And oh no, it's going to hit into the Roma. The Roma, oh, the Roma's launched. The Roma is launched. Now is it just going to keep itself going? It's going to spin itself out though. Is it going to hit into the wall? Can it keep itself under control? And no, the Roma's round. The car that needs to win is round. Can it get itself going though in the right direction? And the answer to that is definitely not. But that was one massive hit on the Scirocco. And that's surely done some damage now. And so I was thinking, with the front bumpers gone, something is got to give eventually with this thing. But that was like a 60, 70 mile an hour crash at least. And it's definitely looking a bit wonky. So everything is not exactly okay with this car. But so, you know, can it still go on to take victory? A victory that it needs to take, as it's the Dove that leads. And is this thing gonna move at all? I don't think so, because the wheel is actually in the engine now, so I think that's going to be it for the Scirocco. Let's put it though on disabled and see if I can get it to go anywhere. Well, I'm flooring the throttle, and nope, the wheels are turning. Well, that one's... the steering has some input anyway. I think it wants to move, but I don't think it can, honestly, because the engine, I think, has been ripped from what it's meant to be. But because this thing has no engine sound, I don't actually know. I was going to remove the wheel and see if that will make a difference to it. No, I think that's the Scirocco dead. So I'm going to put it back though onto random, because you never know, cars do come back to life sometimes. But I think actually there's a massive crash here, so we just come back to in time, as first and second now have been completely sent round. That's going to give the Sunburst the lead. Actually, it's a nice J-turn though from the track car, but is it going to go there in the right direction? Because I think it's getting itself confused. Is it going to go in the wrong direction? Yes, that's going in the wrong direction, so I need to get that turn round. Let's put it on disabled. It was going in the right direction, we just carried on, but imagine a double taker like that probably did end up confusing it, so hopefully it can get itself going again from there. We'll put it back now onto random. And now then, the Dove is the next thing that needs turning round. No, that's actually going to turn around itself. So actually pretty good turning cycle with this thing, and it is tinchy. So actually, there's the Roma right up behind it now, carrying quite a lot of speed, even though it is fairly dented. It hasn't got the best cornering speed in the world. So now then, the Sunburst is actually untouched near enough. I want to say pristine condition actually. This thing got very lucky. And the Roma, somehow this thing although the massive contact, seeing after what it's done to the Scirocco. I mean, this is what happened to the Scirocco, and the rear window's finally gone, but all this damage here, I mean, it had its rear, the front wheel still attached then, but if you look at the Roma, you'd think it hasn't really hit anything, but that was a massive crash for it. Now then, is anything going to happen now up front? Because the Sunburst I'm expecting now should just run away with this, honestly. No, it's really going to be about this, well, maybe a fight for second place if the Dove gets overtaken by the Roma, but through this sector of the lap, it definitely looks to be going a lot quicker. I mean, it is a lot lighter as well, so... And with the Roma surely having some kind of damage, more than visible I'd expect, with the massive whack it took on that wheel, it's going to need to do something. Is it going to gain on the straight? Well, it is faster than the Dove, because the Dove tops out at about 100-ish mile an hour just over, and the Roma does about 165, so it's going to have the straight line speed advantage. You can see it is gaining even with that damaged state, so I'm not expecting the Dove to stay in front up the start-finish straight if it doesn't get past before. And now then, it's like the it's gone over the killer curves fine, the Sunburst. So they have caused punctures, and with just how sharp the curves are, using them in the wrong direction. Now then, is the track car going to get over those curbs okay? I mean, there's literally no warning, the tyres can just go, and that's the last suspension movement as well, so if these cars were a bit lower, then it would have a bit of trouble. Actually, the Dove out of scene being sent round. Now the Dove's though down to P4, so it's not even going to take to the straight for it to get sent round. But is it going to go though in the right direction? That is the next question, because no, it's not. But if it just carries on, it's going to be through into the next round. So maybe it being shoved around there might be a blessing in disguise for it, because now it's not going to get challenged by anything, because the Scirocco is dead, and there's nothing to be pushing it around. So if it can just survive on its own for the next lap, then it's going to make it through again, this little thing. I don't know how it keeps surviving. But now then, the battle for second place could be on with the track car. It's about 20 mile an hour slower down the straight because it doesn't get into top gear. So it can go faster than what it does down the straight, which is what I test the cars on for their top speed. And it doesn't actually reach top speed because it's really slow through the gears. And this thing tops out 153, but it's really fast through the gears. So it's like polar opposites, really. On the Roma, it looks unfazed by the damage, but I don't see it catching the Sunburst. And at this rate, I don't see it actually catching up to the track car either. As the little Dove is just going to go on minding its own business hour, really, I'd imagine. Because on board, you actually got a pretty clear view, although I'm pretty sure the instruments on it, it's saying it's doing 140 when it's doing 89, 90 miles an hour. So unless that's in kilometres, then that speedo is even less correct than the ones we have on the GTA 5 cars, as now it laps the dead Scirocco. This thing really, it didn't stand a chance once it got wiped out by the Roma. I mean, if it got hit by the Sunburst, then I could have seen it surviving that, because the Sunburst, although travelling at the same speed, is a much, much lighter car, so it wouldn't have destroyed it that much. But the fight for second place could still be on, because it is getting down the straight. Well, I think through the S section, even more so since this is a track car. It's going to be good through here, and the damage is minimal, really. I don't think the thing's just, it's a square muscle car anyway, so it's not going to be the most aero-dependent car in the world anyway. But the Roma, though, it's going to want to go out with some dignity. I mean, honestly, surviving that crash with the Scirocco is honestly good enough, really, in my books, because anything else would have been obliterated. I mean, besides an SBR4, because you know they were just like gods at surviving. And now then, the fight for second place is definitely heating up now. Let's go on to the external cam. I haven't used the external cam for a while. So now then, that actually looks a bit slower than it should do on board. Now contact has finally been made between the two cars. But we've seen from the last round, the Moonhawk isn't the easiest thing in the world to push out of the way, but then again, it didn't have a Roma behind it last time, which is easily the heaviest car here. And if the Moonhawk can just get over the finish line, then it, like the Dove, it'll also be through into the next round. But the Roma is not want to go out without a fight. It want to take at least second place, because if for some reason the Sunburst doesn't make it across the finish line, then this will become the fight for the lead. So it's not over until you cross the finish line, so there's still everything to fight for until that Sunburst crosses the line. It's running out of time for something to happen. to the sunburst, which is coming up now towards the chicane for the final time. So unless the curbs do something, then I'm not really seeing anywhere that could cause problems for the sunburst. And the Dove isn't really all that far behind, giving it straight line speed and just general speed deficit. And now then, round the final corner now for the sunburst, it gets over the curbing all fine, no punctures, no damage actually. I can't see anything on this car, and both the sets of front lights still work. Now it's going to be about the run now, up to the finish line now, coming up now to the start finish line, and it's the sunburst that wins, and now that's officially knocked out the Roma from the next round, so we have a new second place and a new last placed car as things stand. And the sunburst comes to a stop pretty quickly. And now then, can the track car Moonhawk just hold on for a little bit longer now? It comes now over the curb, and this curb can't cause punctures. Looks like it's got away over it this time. Also the Roma looks to have got away scot-free with the curbs as well. And it's going to be able to run out to the finish line. I think the Roma's definitely backed off there, so it's going to accept third place and accept this not going to be in the next round. That's second place though for the Moonhawk, and actually pretty hard fought second place, so that's definitely a good result for it. And now then the Roma comes across the line in third, and I've got the feeling the track car Moonhawk is going to go straight into the back of the sunburst. Let's get on board now with the Moonhawk. Is it going to make contact with... Actually, the Roma's going to shove it into the sunburst anyway, even if it wasn't going to make contact with it. The Roma is understandably not happy whatsoever. And also, that's the only bit of damage that's been done, really, to the sunburst. And then the little Dove is going to make it round as well. And the brakes this time, not really seeing as much smoke. I mean, there's a little bit there, but because it's just been able to drive around at its own pace, it's been able to not overcook its brakes, it looks like. Now then, the Dove got one more line to cross, and it's going to be through into the next round. This thing might end up becoming the new mainstay car of this series if it keeps surviving like this, but I'm stopping. And it's got a thing that's going to make some pretty hard contact if the brakes haven't cooked. Okay, he's going to stop and run right into the back of the Roma. One last bit of contact there for the Roma, and that's really like buckled the Dove. Let's get that in reverse. Oh, I'll say this, it's actually now got itself stuck. You can see, actually there we go. It's fairly like, it's become a banana, is what the little Dove there has done. And he's still in better shape though than the Scirocco. But this is the new car to look out for now, the Sunburst. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And just check me out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. The links to them will be down in the description below. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.